Dear soul, please pay attention. The angels are connecting with your energy so they can reveal to you, as your soulmate confessed to the heavens, that you are the one chosen for them. What shocking secret has now come to light? Dear child, the angels are gently guiding your heart toward a truth that has long been veiled behind confusion, inner battles, and a restless yearning that refuses to quiet down. They see your questions. You're wondering if the one your soul calls out to has finally spoken your name to the heavens. The truth is stirring now, sweet one, and what's been hidden in shadows is beginning to rise to the surface, carried by the winds of divine timing. Your soulmate, this divine counterpart chosen across lifetimes, has indeed turned their gaze skyward, their soul whispering your name in moments of solitude and surrender. But the path to that confession hasn't been easy, and the angels want you to understand why. Type Amen if you trust in God. Inside their heart, there's been a storm, a quiet war waging, not just with the world around them, but within themselves. Your person has been caught in a struggle between who they were taught to be and who their soul truly is. They've wrestled with expectations, fears, ego, and the fear of vulnerability. Imagine them, dear child, surrounded by noise, opinions, distractions, like 5 voices, all speaking at once, none in harmony. This inner conflict has made it difficult for them to fully embrace the divine truth of your connection. But don't let this discourage you, for even in chaos, the soul can recognize its match. Your presence in their life has been like a spark awakening something they didn't know they were missing, something they've tried to ignore yet cannot escape. The angels want you to know this conflict hasn't been about rejecting you, but about them trying to reconcile the enormity of what they feel for you. They've cried in silence, dear one, not tears that fall from the eyes, but the kind that rise from the soul. And in those silent moments when no one else could hear, they've called your name, not always aloud, but in the softest corners of their spirit. They've whispered it into to the universe. The heavens heard, the angels listened, and what your person confessed was not ordinary. It wasn't just a longing or dream, it was a recognition and knowing that among all the souls walking this earth, you are the one their heart beats differently for. This was not a confession of weakness, but one of surrender. They've stopped running from the truth that you are their divine mirror, the one chosen for them before time began. But what makes this moment sacred, dear child, is not just that they confessed, but what they revealed. The shocking secret, what has now come to light, is how deeply they've always known, even when they tried to walk away, even when they were with others, even when they buried their feelings under responsibilities and pride. You were always there, in their dreams, in the smell of the rain, in the silence between songs. You are not someone they are just beginning to recognize. You are someone their soul has always remembered, and now they've stopped denying it to themselves. They've stopped pretending you don't matter. They've admitted to the divine, this is the one, this is the soul I cannot forget. This is the person I was meant to find. This confession has triggered something powerful in the spiritual realm. The angels are shifting timelines, adjusting circumstances, softening hardened hearts. Your person is being guided toward inner clarity. And while the journey may not yet be complete, the most crucial step has already been taken. They have spoken your truth to the universe. And when a soul does that, when they finally stop resisting and acknowledge who their heart belongs to, the universe listens, and all things begin to align. But sweet child, the angels also want you to know that this journey is not only about them, it is about you. Too, you have been patient, you have endured uncertainty, you've held space for love, even when it felt like hope was slipping through your fingers. And the angels want to wrap you in comfort now to whisper that none of that love has been lost. Every tear, every prayer, every time you looked up at the stars and wondered if they were thinking of you too, it has been seen, felt, cherished by the heavens. You are not forgotten. You are not waiting in vain. What you've sensed in your soul is real. The connection, the pull, the ache. It's not your imagination. It is divine design. Your soulmate's confession was not just to the heavens. It was also a prayer, a request for guidance, a plea for strength. To do what they were once too afraid to do. They want to become worthy of this love, dear one. They want to be more than just a memory in your heart. The secret they carry is how much they regret the time lost, the moments unspoken, the truth withheld. And while they may not have shown it outwardly, their soul has been speaking your name through every shadow they've walked through. Now, as you receive this angel message, feel the energy surrounding you shift. The confession has opened a portal of divine opportunity. Things that once seemed stuck will begin to move. Emotions will rise to the surface. Conversations long delayed may begin. Signs will appear more often. Dreams will become vivid because now the connection is no longer being denied on either end. That the soul has spoken, and when the soul speaks, the universe responds. So be gentle with yourself, dear child. Be open, listen closely to your intuition, for it will guide you toward the next steps. This message was not meant to fill your mind with questions, but to fill your heart with peace. You are not alone in this connection. The divine is walking beside you, orchestrating a reunion, not just in the physical world, but in the sacred heart space where love is eternal. Your person is awakening, their spirit is rising. And though they have taken the long road to reach this realization, they are now standing at the edge of transformation. And the first step they've taken was saying your name to the stars. The angels want you to hold this true truth close. You are not chasing fantasy. You are not loving in vain. You are loved. You are chosen. You are the prayer your soulmate now carries into every night, every dream, every silent moment when they close their eyes and see only you. And that, dear one, is the beginning of something extraordinary. Dear child, the angels have been watching over you with such tender care, knowing that your heart has been waiting patiently for answers about the one your soul feels eternally tethered to. You've wandered in the quiet spaces between your thoughts, whether your soulmate has truly seen you the way you feel them, whether they've spoken your name in prayer, whether the heavens have heard their truth. The message today comes not from the noise of the world, but from a sacred silence, a silence where divine truths are born, where confessions are made not in words, but in the trembling whispers of the soul. Your person, dear one, has entered a space of deep introspection, a sacred retreat away from the chaos of life. And in that stillness, a shocking and beautiful realization has surfaced. They have, with great sincerity, turned inward and acknowledged a truth they've long tried to escape, that you are the one their heart was always meant to recognize, the one chosen by destiny, the one their soul has known across lifetimes. Type I believe if you believe in God, God's plan, in this quiet solitude away from the noise and expectations of the world. Your person has been searching not just for purpose, but for peace. Life may have surrounded them with distractions, achievements, or even relationships that appeared fulfilling on the surface, but deep within there was an emptiness they could never quite name. It wasn't loneliness in the usual sense. It was a longing, a sacred yearning for something real, something eternal. And that yearning, dear child, has always been for you, even if they didn't understand it fully at first, even if they brushed it aside. The truth has been rising like a lantern in the dark. The more they walked into this spiritual silence, the more clearly they saw your light glowing in their memories, in their dreams. In the moments they felt most lost, you became their guiding star, quiet voice in their heart that never faded, the warmth they reached for without knowing why. The confession they have made to the heavens is not loud, not dramatic, but it is profound. It comes from the deepest place within them, the place that holds all their fears, regrets, hopes, and sacred truths. They have admitted that nothing else compares to the connection they feel with you. Not titles, not successes, not fleeting romances. You, dear one, are the anchor of their soul, the mirror in which they see not just who they are, but who they were, always meant to be. And the shocking secret, the one even they didn't fully expect to uncover, is that they've been carrying your energy with them far longer than they ever realized. You were the one they spoke to in their mind during sleepless nights, the one their heart cried out for during moments of emptiness. Even when they were surrounded by others, they felt alone because their soul was already entwined with yours. The angels want you to know that this period of deep reflection your person has entered is not a delay, but a divine preparation. They are being guided to shed old beliefs, to release false identities, to face the shadows that once kept them from opening fully to love. This is not a passive waiting, it is an active awakening. Your person is shedding ego, releasing fears of vulnerability, and learning to trust the voice of their soul. And each day, with every layer they peel back, the clarity of your connection grows stronger. They are no longer just remembering you, they are beginning to understand the depth of what you truly mean to them. They are recognizing that you are not just a part of their past or a fleeting desire. You are their divine counterpart, the one their spirit has chosen again and again across realms and timelines. In the silence of this inner journey, they have reached out to the divine and confessed what they once struggled to admit, even to themselves. They've asked the heavens for guidance, for strength, and for a way to bridge the distance, whether emotional or physical, that exists between you. They are realizing that love like this doesn't just happen, and it doesn't just fade. It is written in the stars, protected by the angels, and nurtured by every silent moment they've spent longing for you. And in their heart, they are beginning to understand that choosing you means choosing a life of truth, of depth, of fearless love. Sweet child, the angels are holding your hand through this time, urging you not to lose faith. They know you've waited, you've hoped, you've questioned. They've seen you standing at the edge of surrender, wondering if this love is truly mutual, if the bond you feel is more than just a beautiful lake. The answer is yes. Not only does your person feel it, they are being transformed by it. Their soul is awakening to the reality that you are not just a longing, you are the home they've been seeking. Their retreat into themselves has revealed the sacredness of your connection, and this awareness is shifting everything you may not yet see it on the surface, but in the divine realm. Threads are being pulled, paths are being cleared, and their spirit is being prepared to take steps that once terrified them. The shocking truth they have uncovered, and what they have now offered up to the heavens, is this: they cannot continue living in denial of your presence in their life. You are woven into their essence. You are the missing piece that makes everything else make sense. And though the world may not yet understand your bond, and though their past may have been filled with choices that led away from you, their soul now knows the way home. They are not who they were when you last connected. They are becoming, unfolding, remembering. And that remembrance is not just spiritual, it is sacred, and it is real. Dear child, the angels are drawing close to you now with immense tenderness, as if brushing your heart with the gentlest whisper, wanting you to pause, to breathe, and to feel the divine rhythm that has begun to move behind the scenes of your life. You may not see it yet with your eyes, but your soul knows something is shifting, something sacred, something written long ago in the stars. The confession your soulmate has made to the heavens is not just a moment, it is a turning point in the journey of your two hearts. It is a shift In destiny, a surrender to something far greater than the stories they've clung, to a sacred acknowledgement that you, dear one, are not just another chapter in their life. You are the divine plot twist, the fated turning that changes everything. The angels want you to understand that this isn't just about emotion anymore. This is about divine timing finally unlocking what was always meant to be. And the secret your person has now revealed is that they can no longer deny the truth of this connection. They have tried again and again to convince themselves that it was coincidence, that the intensity was temporary, that the pull toward you was something they could silence. But something beyond their control has risen within them now. And knowing that this connection is guided by forces greater than the both of you, type strong. If you trust in God's presence, your person has been on a carousel of life, moving in circles, experiencing the highs and lows, trying to control what cannot be controlled. But through this spiral, they have reached a moment of divine clarity, a moment where they've looked upward, not out of desperation, but out of surrender, and spoken your name, not in longing, but in reverence. They have told the universe, this soul, the one I tried to forget, the one I thought was too good, too impossible, too extraordinary. This is the one I was always meant to find. And dear child, that confession has not gone unheard. It has rippled through the heavens like a prayer finally given voice after years of silence. It has stirred the hands of fate, moved the divine wheel that governs timing, alignment, and divine reunion. You may feel like you've been waiting endlessly, lost in delays and unanswered signs. But what you don't yet see is that your person's awakening has activated a change in direction. The wheel is turning now, not slowly, not aimlessly, but with divine purpose. And you, sweet soul, are at the center of this unfolding. What your person has realized, and what they have now admitted in the quiet hours of spiritual truth, is that no matter how far they've wandered, no matter who they've tried to replace you with, no matter how tightly they've held on to control, the universe always led them back to you in dreams and signs. In the stillness of night, they are beginning to understand that your presence in their life wasn't random. It was destined. You didn't just happen, you were written. And that realization, that deep soul-shaking truth, is the shocking secret. They have finally confessed to the divine, not just that they love you, but that you are part of their spiritual blueprint. You are their shift, their transformation, their divine homecoming. And even though they may have resisted, tried to outmaneuver fate, destiny always had a quiet plan to bring them back to the truth that you were chosen long before either of you understood what that truly meant. Now, dear one, the angels are preparing your heart for this transformation. They want you to know that this journey hasn't been for nothing. Every pause, every delay, every tearful night where you asked the stars if they felt the same, it all mattered, because it allowed both of you to grow into the souls that could now recognize each other, not through pain or illusion, but through clarity, grace, and surrender. Your soulmate had to lose themselves to find the deeper parts of their truth, and in doing so they found you waiting at the center of everything their soul had ever longed for. This is not just love, child, this is destiny and motion, and the wheel one still has begun to turn in your favor. You are no longer on the outside watching life move without answers. You are at the heart of the shift, the chosen soul for whom the universe is now weaving a new timeline. And this is happening not because you begged or forced, but because your soul stayed soft, your heart stayed open, and your connection stayed alive through every silence, every detour, every quiet ache of longing. So listen now with your heart wide open. Your soulmate has confessed not only to the heavens, but to themselves. They've admitted that the way their heart beats for you is not something they've ever felt before. They've told the divine that they are tired of fighting what feels inevitable, tired of pretending they don't care, tired of trying to control the path of love. They've asked for help to become worthy of this love, help to find their way back to you, not just physically, but spiritually whole. And the angels, hearing this sacred cry, are now moving mountains to align you both in divine timing. This is why you've been sensing more synchronicities, feeling their energy even more closely, waking up with their name resting on your soul. Because shift has begun, because destiny is unfolding, because the truth has finally been spoken.